Yes, this is just a post that a response to a video. Actually, to tell you the truth, I was honestly actually looking for a response from Mr. J Love, but I guess since you wanted to, I guess take his place and come in with your 2 cents, then I guess the tongue lashing, if you want to call it that, that was meant for him, I guess I'll have to give it to you instead. So I guess if you want it, then that's up to you. First of all, like I said, my video was directed towards him. But this being YouTube, anybody is feel free, to respond to anybody whom they want. But first of all, I want to actually, first of all, I guess apologize if I came across in a sense of actually always downing or belittling his work or whatever the case that you want to call it. Now I want to move on to you had a lot to say on my page in my response video to him regarding how I always come across, and how I'm always accusing him of him thinking that he has the authority. First of all, it's not the fact that he's always thinking he has authority for, what black people should do. It's how he brings that information across to other black people that offends other black people. And if you really listen to what I said in my previous video to him, I said pretty much that 85% of what he says is his opinion, which he tries to bring across as fact. The other 15% is information that is really worth listening to. Basically, you're sitting up there accusing me of saying that pretty much everything that he says is wrong. And I didn't say that. I said most of what he says is just ludicrous. Not all of it. Some of it, is generally true. Now, as far as the blanket statement, first of all, he says black people are hopeless. Hello? I'm black. So that means that in his opinion, he's saying that I'm hopeless. I'm sorry, I have a different of opinion of that. And because I have a difference of opinion, that does not make me any more right or wrong than he is. Simply because you choose to jump on his bandwagon and believe that jabble and jib that he talks, that doesn't mean that I'm to be criticized just because I have a difference of opinion. Everybody who knows J Love, for the most part, knows that he gets up here and speaks a lot of stuff about the black population. And again, I even previously talked to him about that in a post. That is excluding everybody else here on YouTube. Me and him had the opportunity to talk more on a one-on-one about his views on blacks and why he feels the way that he does. You or nobody else was nowhere in the midst of that. So guess what? You don't know what was said during that type of thing. So basically with you jumping in here again trying to come to his rescue, it's irrelevant. But since you want to do so, then I guess like I said, you'll get what was meant for him. You saying that he's like, what, 20-something years old and have more sense than a 30-year-old. First of all, I don't claim to know everything, okay? I'm not God. So basically for me to sit up here and say that I know everything about the black population, which he claims he does know, that would be stupid. And that would be actually ignorant of him to get up here and speak that nonsense saying that he knows more about the black population, or at least that's what he come across as being. There's been many times when many black folks, even those that really agreed with him at some point had to come up here and burst his bubble and say that he was wrong in some things. But then again, you want to come and jump on my bandwagon just because I called him out on something that he knew he shouldn't have had no business saying. YouTube is a tool that's used for communication. I understand that. And it's used to voice your ideas and ideologies and whatever you believe. But a lot of stuff that he come across is saying is a bit racist. And I will say that. And a lot of stuff I would expect, again, I would be comfortable with that garbage coming from a white person because it would be easily to digest than coming from a black person. I would think that a black person with all the struggles that we've been through, that we would try to help each other and overlook our shortcomings, because we do all have shortcomings. And like I say, in overlooking our shortcomings, we would learn to edify and uplift each other instead of tearing each other down. My message to him is in no way in a sense to tear him down. If he wants to take it like that, then that's up to him. Just like my message to you. If you want to take this message that I'm posting on in response to you as a message to tear you down, then you are more than welcome to view it just as that. But I know that when I post something on here, I make sure I do my proper research so I don't come across looking like a complete jackass. Okay? That's what it's all about. And every time he comes up here and spews this ill-conceived knowledge, then basically it's making himself look like a fool. It's like he hates himself. He's been talking about these videos for I don't know how long, since he's opened up a YouTube account about safe hate, self-hating blacks and all this type of stuff. And everything that he says that the black people have that he claims he doesn't have, you can see it plain as day in him. Because you can see it by how he comes across and what comes out of his mouth. The Bible says that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Whatever's in your heart, that's what's coming out. And all of this stuff about self-hate and stuff, that's because he has it within himself. And he tries to dress it up by pointing it out that other people have it. He needs to look within himself to see his faults. Because as he can see, he is nowhere near perfection. Nowhere near the perfected person that he claims he would like for other blacks to be. Now, if you want to sit there and follow him on that bandwagon, then you go right ahead. You are just as stupid as he is. Okay? And like I say, I don't care how you take this video, because number one, you don't have nothing to do with this conversation. This was something that me and him talked about one-on-one, and I wanted him personally to come back and respond to the video. But since, again, you want to jump in and come to his rescue, then I guess, like I say, what was meant for him, you'll just have to wear that today. That's stupid. First of all, just because I'm 30 years old, I don't know everything. I've been and I experienced a lot of stuff. And again, somebody brought up, first of all, if that's all you know about, if you live in a community where all you see is black people acting like that, and you don't never see anything else outside of that little bubble that you stay in, then guess what? You are going to generalize and say that all black people are that way, or all white people are that way, or whatever the case may be. There's a whole big wide world outside of Philadelphia. Okay? And all black people don't act that way. You have some intelligent, classy black people that are well educated and know a little bit more than what a snot-nosed 20-year-old thinks he knows. He doesn't know much. All he knows is how to put people down. Why? Because he's experienced it time and time again in his lifetime. And he wants to take the blame off of his shoulders and put it on somebody else and say that they're wrong. Well, guess what? Today I'm saying that you are wrong, because number one, you don't know anything about me. Okay? What I am and what I hope to be is like Christ, not like J-Love, because at the end of the day, J-Love cannot save my soul, and neither can you. And your words mean nothing to me. That's what I want you to know. Getting up here trying to defend somebody like that who sends negative messages about black people and what they need to do. First of all, he needs to look within himself, and you need to look within yourself and see what you need to do. Clean up your own back door before you start writing prescriptions for how to clean mine. You have no clue about what you're talking about, because it's apparent of how you come across. I have enough love within myself that I don't have to think about or actually consider what some 20-year-old has to tell me about what's wrong with my race. He's still living in the mind of a slave. He needs to pick up his bags and go and live back in the Jim Crow era. And you know what? Just because you're speaking ignorant like him, you might need to join him. Generalizing people and generalizing blacks like that. Blacks are trying to get away from all of that negativity. But guess what? It's kind of hard to get rid of that when you have somebody who keeps pumping it in people's heads. And the bad part about it is that when you pump it out there, the only people that actually will grab a hold and believe that type of garbage is those that are weak in the mind. And you've chosen and you've actually shown for yourself that's what you are, weak in your mind. So it doesn't matter to me what you have to say to me in regards to how I respond to J-Love, because guess what? That's between me and J-Love, not between me and you. Now, if you want to deal with me one-on-one, then I will be more than happy to deal with you one-on-one, because again, your words does not cause me to run away. Your words means nothing to me. So that's all I have to say to you, and you have a good day. Peace.